Should the Vikings look at Robbie Gould? Yeah. All right, welcome back to the One Bar Lupagus Show. I'm One Bar with Lupagus, and Robbie Gould yesterday, Schefter tweeting out that, you know what, he wants to move on. He's going to test free agency, and his days with the 49ers are over. So, of course, as Vikings fans, we want the best kicker available. Should we be looking at old Robbie?
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about Robbie. Before we do, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids, comment as well. We are just about to 8,900 subscribers, so thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. Grab yourself an icy cold lift bridge, and then get a buzz and go over to That's Badass Wood Art and spend a bunch of money.
Wow. All right. That was very informative, just like this video will be. You know, we're not going to break down every single free agent that doesn't want to go back to their team. But Greg Joseph is a free agent. We currently have no kicker. And Robbie Gould has been one of the damn best ones out there. And I want him. And I want him bad.
Well, I mean, if the Vikings want to permanently fix their kicker position, not permanently, but at least know it's going to be solid for this year, Robbie Gould's the guy you want to go and get. But before we even talk about that, it's curious. He's 40 years old. He's in San Francisco, an offense that gives him a lot of opportunities to kick field goal. The fact he wants to leave is kind of surprising to me.
Well, my guess is maybe they just don't want him back, or maybe they told him, look, we're going to pay you this, or you're going to go bye-bye. And I should have started with this. Before we get into Robbie, let's look at Vikings, as I said, do not have a kicker. And the free agent options in this upcoming offseason, I mean, there they are. Would you say they're fantastic? I wouldn't.
They're not horrible. I mean, compared to what we have, I mean, there's some guys in there I'd definitely be interested in, for sure. But yeah, let's talk. And let's talk about Robbie Gould, because I think that's the main thing here. You look at his career percentage. What is it? 86.5%. And this guy's been kicking forever. This isn't a guy who's only kicked for a couple seasons. He's been around forever. We've seen him when he was in Chicago. He rarely missed against the Vikings. Seems like most kickers do. But look at that career percentage, 2 extra points, 97.5. You want a steady leg, a leg you don't have to worry about. A guy who's going to make his kicks, almost every single time. Robbie Gould, who you want to go and get.
Yeah, and he's 40 years old, but who gives a shit? He's a kicker, and he is still absolutely nailing it. And the big things, like you said, is extra points. But look at this, playoffs. Are you kidding me? He's never missed a playoff field goal before. Good Lord. That includes extra points as well. And talk about just being the kicker position being stable instantly. He's still got a good leg at the age of 40, still booting those things from 50 yards plus. So Robbie, I mean, look at this thing, though. He made $5.5 million last year. Obviously, that's going to be the big talker. What's he worth? But if we're paying fullbacks $3+ million, we could pay a kicker some money.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the big hangout. You want to invest that much money in a kicker for maybe a year or two. But if the Vikings really feel they're close on that Super Bowl precipice, then you go ahead and you bring in Robbie Gould to be your kicker, because you can't rely on Greg Joseph, who was pretty damn awful last year. Yes, he had some big kicks, had some good games, but overall not great. So Robbie Gould, again, you want to solve this for at least a year or two. Bring in the crazy old veteran and let him boot that thing.
Robbie. Trivia. Robbie, where do you think he ranks all-time field goal percentage? All-time since 1938.
Eighth
field goal percentage. He is eighth. That's very weird guess. He is eighth. Lupagus knows everything about the game of football. Follow-up, who's third? Third all-time career field goal percentage.
Gary Anderson.
No, that would be Daniel freaking Carlson.
Really?
Carlson, third all-time field goal percentage. But back to Robbie. I say if we could get him for under even $4 million a year, I know our cap is an issue. We'll figure it out. Sign this man. Sign this man now. We bitch about Greg Joseph, but look what we're paying for. You get what you pay for.
That's right. And let's go get Robbie. Get some gold here in Minnesota.
Let us know in the comments. You want Robbie or not? But just remember this. If you don't want Robbie and think he's too expensive, next year when our kicker's missing field goals and we only paid him $950,000, that's why.
And extra points. Let's not forget, those missed extra points are just a momentum killer. I mean, they are. No matter what you can say, no, it's no big deal. It's 1 point. No, they're momentum killers, momentum changers. All right, that's it. Let's know what you want. If you want Robbie Gould, what do you feel about him? Is there an other option that you'd rather have? Drop it in the comments. Maybe your comment will be featured in our Comments of the Week video this Friday.
And hey, wherever Robbie ends up, We'll always thank him for last year booting that thing, game-winning field goal against the Packers in the playoffs. Thank you, Rob.
Always. It's fantastic. All right, guys, remember this. Chewing gum can help reduce stress and improve cognitive performance.